Alright, I'm gonna start this off with a little disclaimer. If you don't want Jing Yuan, don't wish on this banner, no matter how good the 5-star or 4 stars are. If you don't want the 5-star on the limited banner, even if the 4 stars are very, very good, don't wish on it, because if you get lucky and you get the 50-50, you're gonna get a character that you don't want. So again, if you don't want the 5-star, then don't wish for the 4 stars. Anyways, enjoy the video. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Hypred and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about the the Jing Yuan banner today, and why I believe that this is one of the best value banners that you could have. Now, obviously, if you were to, in a perfect world, if you were to tweak things around, you could have a better value banner. But with the banner that we just had, plus this banner right here, I do believe that until we get a full rotation of the 4 stars and then start to get a rerun of 4 stars on banners, this is probably the best value that you're going to get, and I'm going to go over why in this video, so stick around to find out. And without further ado, we're going to start with talking about the 5 stars first. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about Jing Yuan, because Jing Yuan, he isn't the most valuable in terms of a 5-star. Obviously, damage dealers are going to be less valuable than other characters like Luocha or Silverwolf, just because damage dealers are easier to be power crept, one, in the future, and two, there's already a good amount of 4 stars that are really good in terms of DPS, right? If you look at the DPS rankings, now some of these are conditional, but you look at Dan Heng, does a lot of damage. Hook does a lot of single target damage. Su Shang does a lot of single target damage. Even a character like Sampo does a decent amount of single target damage for being dot focused, right? And then you go to 3 targets. You got Himiko does a lot of damage. Serval does a lot of damage. Even the Trailblazer does a pretty good amount of single target AoE focused damage. Sampo does a decent amount. So there are characters that you have that can do a lot of damage. They might not do as much as Sela in terms of single target, or they might not do as much as Jing Yuan in terms of AoE, but they're not that far behind, right? Like, is 100,000 behind, close to? Like, it's a lot, but it's not that bad, right? It's you could still get by with these characters. Like, they're not necessary. But something that Luocha brings is he's going to be a second healer that you can have on your team. And the benefit of that is that Bailu is a character that you cannot guarantee unless you go all the way to 300 on the standard banner, right? So at that point, you're just playing with luck, hoping that you get one off of the standard banner, or hoping that you get one off of a miss on, a limited character, right? But Luocha, when he comes out, will be a limited character that you have a very good chance of getting. So the only way in terms of 5-star that this could be more valuable is if Luocha was on this banner. I would say that if Luocha was on this banner, that's like the single best like value banner that you could have, period. And even Silverwolf. I think Silverwolf will be very, very good. Maybe she's being a little overhyped. We really don't know until she comes out. But she is bringing something that not any characters will be bringing, right? And that's also something that's very valuable. Instead of just being a damage dealer, she'll be doing something that no other character does. So that's the only way that like this banner could be any better. But it's not that Jing Yuan is a bad character, right? He's still going to do a lot of damage. He's going to be good in single target, great in AoE, and you're not going to be that upset with what you have in terms of Jing Yuan. Now let's go over the 4 stars and the main reason why I believe this banner is really, really valuable. All right, guys, so we're going to go over the 4 stars on this banner because I believe this is where the true value lies. Now, the first slot, you're going to have Su Shang. She's a damage dealer. She's going to do a lot of damage. It is what it is. There's not really like a inherent value there because you can interchange this with Hook, with Dan Heng. It's just about whether or not you want this character. But I don't believe this is where the value lies. It's just this slot is pretty interchangeable with any other damage 4-star that you could put in here, besides like Herta or something. So this is where this back half right here is where the true value lies in this banner. Now, March 7th is very, very good. Her Eidolons are very, very good. You regenerate 6 energy whenever your ultimate freezes. So it's just free energy every time you use your ultimate if it freezes. Upon entering battle, grants a shield equal to 24% of March 7th defense plus 320 to an ally to the ally with the lowest HP percentage. So a free shield entering battle to the ally with the lowest HP, lasting for 3 turns. So if they don't get hit, they just get a free shield that lasts 3 turns. Very, very good. But this is where these last 2 Eidolons right here are where I believe like the true value in these Eidolons lie, right? So the talent's counter effect can be triggered 1 more time each turn, and the damage by the counter increases by a percentage that is equal to 30% of March 7th's defense. Very, very good. Free damage. Natasha has a similar one with her basic attack that scales off of Natasha's HP. Why I believe that this is better is because for Natasha's one, you have to use your basic attack. So you're not going to get it every turn, especially if you need a heal, right? But this you can get pretty much every turn on cooldown 3 times, right? If you shield a character, this will trigger, and if they get attacked 3 times, you get 3 triggers of this, and it scales off 30% of March 7th's defense. I think this is very, very good. It's free damage, and you can't really go wrong with that. Then the last one is where, like, I believe the true power lies. This is a very, very good Eidolon. Pretty much this makes her be able to kind of solo defend your team in certain content. I don't know if at the cutting edge, if you're going to be able to solo heal with this, but for most other content, you probably will be able to. Allies under the protection of the shield granted by the skill restores HP equal to 4% of their max HP, plus 106 at the beginning of each turn. So it's not a big heal, but it is a heal nonetheless. And you're going to be throwing out shields on March 7th pretty much every turn anyways. And so because of that, this is just free heals for everybody that has a shield, right? And unless it gets broken every turn, this would be a skill that goes, this would be an Eidolon that goes off at least twice per character that you put a shield on. And that's really valuable. So I do believe that March 7th is very good value, especially if you can get all the way to E6. If you can get lucky enough to get all the way to E6 and you're trying to pull for Jing Yuan, this is very, very good for your account. But the true value lies in Ting Yun. This is pretty much the Ting Yun banner. Like, I'm just going to throw that out there. She's one of the best 4-star, if not, I think she's the best 4-star in the game. But she's also, I think, just one of the best characters in the game, right? People will argue that Bronya is better. I think they're interchangeable depending on what you're looking for, right? Bronya is a little more flexible, but takes a little more planning to be effective, right? Because she's much more skill point reliant. You need to plan out how you're using skill points and how you're generating skill points to effectively use Bronya. But she is more flexible because of how her skill works with the Dispel. If you need and you know, bumping up someone to the front of the action order. If you need a quick heal and your healer's at the back of the line, or your healer's stunned at the back of the line, you can dispel the stun, bring them up to the front, and heal your team. Same thing with like a Japard. If your Japard's stunned and he can't use his ultimate and you need his ultimate right away, you can dispel him, bring him up to the front of the order, boom, ultimate, good to go. So she's very flexible in that way, and her buffs are also very good, right? She gets a damage percent buff on her skill, and an attack percent and crit damage buff on her ultimate. But her skill requires a skill point to be used every turn because the damage percent, or the damage percent buff only lasts for 1 turn. So she takes a lot more planning to be effective, and how you're getting skill points to be able to use that, because in order to use her skill effectively, you're going to have to use 1 skill point for her skill and then 1 skill point for another skill. So you need at least 2 skill points, right? So you need to plan on how you're going to get those skill points before you use Bronya's skill. Ting Yun's, on the other hand, lasts for 3 turns. So you throw it, set it, and forget it. And then the rest of the time, she's dealing basic attacks, generating skill points. So she will be your skill point generator while still buffing every turn. And then on top of that, her ultimate regenerates 50 energy, which is very good, and increases damage percent, which is very good. So she also increases attack percent and damage percent, just it's swapped for Ting Yun. And then, of course, she can regenerate 50 energy for herself, so she can get faster ultimates to then give your other character faster ultimates, which is very, very good. And then her Eidolons are pretty good, right? You get a speed increase after the character with the Benediction uses their ultimate. Very good. The ally with Benediction regenerates 5 energy after defeating an enemy, can be triggered once per turn. So for 3 turns, if you're able to kill 3 enemies back to back to back every turn, boom, 15 energy. The damage multiplier provided by Benediction increases by 20%, so it's just more free damage from the Benediction. And then the ultimate regenerates 10 more energy. So you get 10 more energy here. I'm pretty sure this is for the lightning attack for Benediction. The damage multiplier just increases, more free damage, more energy, and more speed. So faster character, and then you get a total of 15 energy from Eidolons, plus you get the 50 from the ultimate as well, so you get a total of 65 energy from just one character, giving it to that ally. And most likely you're going to be putting it on your carry, so your carry is going to get 65 more energy and 20% more speed increase, and the damage multiplier of the attack from Benediction increases by 20%. So overall, very good Eidolons. I mean, she's one of the best characters in the game, and that's where the true value lies. But March 7th is a very good value on this banner too. I do believe that this is just a very good value banner. If you're looking for another main damage dealer and you need good characters on your team, like it's pretty hard to go wrong with this setup. The only way that this banner could be more valuable is if this was somebody else other than a damage dealer. So if this was like a Natasha or a Pela, you know, more utility focused, this could be pretty good. But Su Shang's still a very good character. And then the only other way is if this was Luocha or Silverwolf or something. But this is a very good value banner. But again, if you don't want Jing Yuan, do not wish on this banner. Because if you try to snap a 4-star and you get the 5-star early and you get a Jing Yuan and you don't want him, you're going to be sad. But Jing Yuan is going to be a pretty good character. And I think this is one of the best value banners, especially looking at what's left, because what's left is pretty much Arlan, Asta, Dan Heng, Herta, QQ, Sampo, Serval, and Yukong. So those are the characters that are left, and of those characters, it's really hard to like match the value that this banner has, in my personal opinion. So I do believe that this is probably the best value that you can get. And you know, anyways, that's the whole point. Good luck to anybody who's wishing for Jing Yuan or for the Ting Yun banner. You know, hopefully you guys get exactly what you're looking for. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one.